Hi YouTubers, I'm here to record another process video. This one is a sketch that I printed off from Stuck Sketches. I printed it off today, but I think it's their 15th, May 15th, no, maybe it's their second week sketch. Anyway, this is the sketch, and it calls for one photo here in the center, and so I thought, since I did one, my last video was of Cameron, my grandson, I thought I would do one of Shawnee, my granddaughter, sound asleep when we went on our trip to Florida last summer. Anyway, so in my kit I have left two pieces, well, one piece of paper. I have this sheet and then I have the cover sheet, and I'm really thinking of trying to do something with this cover sheet, but I don't know exactly what yet. This is the kit that I put together for the May Counterfeit Kit challenge blog, and so yeah, I've made 20 layouts so far. This is number 21, and I'll do a layout share as well as a Kill-A-Kit here in the next couple of days, because I think I'm to the point where I'm nearly done. I have lots of cut down pieces of pattern paper left that I need to think about using on this layout. And I actually have one with all of these speech bubbles on one side and then more arrows on the other side, as well as a journal place up here. And I thought about using that as a whole section on a page, but I just don't know. I'm going to cut some more of these flowers apart, I know, for this page. I just don't know about that one. And I just don't know. It had a diagonal blue stripe down this side that I cut away and used on a different layout. So I think for this layout I am going to use, where is that green florally paper? I think some of this one, maybe some of this one, maybe. That one better than that bright pink. Maybe some of that one. Oh, I have this little leftover piece here. I think I can use that. And then I watched my other video, and I tend to talk to myself more than I do talking to the camera and talking to anybody who might be watching. And well, I'm okay with that. I hope everybody else is. If not, so sorry. Different sizes of pattern papers that are cut down. I really like that one. I think that will go. I think that one will go. Maybe that one. There's some of that blue. I went through a lot of these yesterday and cut out some various shapes. I cut some hearts, I cut some diagonals, I cut some hexagons, I cut a couple of doilies, and I think I'm going to try and use these. I didn't cut that many of them. I just used some of the pattern papers that were cut down in smaller sizes. I printed out or cut out a bunch of hexagons from them, and so I think I'm going to use those on that one background. The cover, maybe. I don't know. I might just do some punching out of it. So let me just get on track with this one, I guess, before I start making plans for the next one. So I can kind of sort of do that. Do I want to put that in front of or behind? I think I actually like it behind. And this little bit because it's got so much pink in her blanket. I like down there. And then I have this one that brings in a few other colors that will hopefully, before I get too far, I want to cut this into a banner strip. Didn't want to turn this. And then do I cut this one into a banner strip or do I just leave it be? Let me just do that for the moment. I think what I'm going to do is cut a portion of that off, since that's the only piece that I have of that, and like put a little bit above and a little bit below that strip so it looks like it's a little bit bigger. Like that. And do that. And then up here, this was that, I had a sheet of what looked like house plans and diagrams of houses in the kit that I put together, and so I've used it for different things, not as a full sheet though anywhere. I'll put that right over the top of that. Just layer up some more papers there. I kind of keep my scraps kind of portioned out by size as I'm going through all of this. I have some of my little border strips over here, and I think that's no, that's a different background, but I think it would work very well. No, maybe not. Maybe if I put it right along that piece. And then if I put that one, oh no. I have this piece here with that floral. I've tried to use this on everything till I've used up. I have one little piece of it left here, and then one little piece of it left here. I don't even think I was able to cut any hexagons or hearts out of these, out of that background. I've just used it so much because I've loved that. I've loved that paper. Then I have this. Ooh, and it's coming apart. The stitching is coming undone. That I would kind of like to use there, kind of along that edge. Not necessarily get out my bitty glue dots. I'll fix it. That's why they make these glue dots, you know, so you can repair anything and everything. As long as it works for me, I guess that's all that matters. Maybe it'll give you a hint on how to fix something if the stitches is coming out, or if the stitches are coming out for a layout that you're trying to work with. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there, and then put that there. I think that's going to do for my pattern papers as far as my background goes. And here's the point where I'm going to ink the edges. to kind of bring it all together. I guess it doesn't work for everybody, but in my mind it works for me. And I know I'm carrying a lot of the colors through just by the sheer fact that, you know, when I put the kit together, I kind of used matching colors because I originally pulled out, I have that American Crafts Fifth and Frolic line that I had bits and pieces of. I didn't have the whole thing, the whole paper pad. When I originally bought it, I bought it when my sister was here, and we split it. And so there were like 2 sheets of each one, and so we split them. And she took her portion home, and, well, I've had mine, and I've used it, and I've used it, and I've used it, and I've used it, and I've used it. And then, you know, just like a page here or a page there. And so I thought, you know, I really need to just use this up. And so I thought, why not now? And so when I put this kit together, that was the basis for my kit, was that pattern paper, or the tablet that I have left of that paper. And so I have definitely worked it and worked it and worked it and worked it some more. And like I said, I've used up all of the solid sheets of paper. I don't have any solid sheets left, and I only have scraps left. And I think maybe after this layout, I don't know if I'm going to try to use the that cover sheet for a background paper, or if I'm going to use it to punch some shapes out of, or if I'm going to use it just put it in the trash, or what I'm going to do with it. I'm still kind of thinking about that. And I know I want to at least, I'll probably add a few sheets of like white or something to this. There's a challenge that I want to do over at at 2 Peas in a Bucket that I want to do, and it is a challenge to use die cuts. And so that's why I cut out the hexagons, because I saw a layout that somebody did where they went through and they cut their hexagons out and used them on a background, and I thought, oh, that is so cool. I want to try that. But I don't remember who I saw do it, unless it was Katie Scott, because yesterday I was watching Katie Scott videos. She has the blog Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, I think is the name of her blog, and I just love her. She's so funny. She was on there singing an 80s song yesterday and talking about, I was watching one of her replay videos for improv scrapbooking. I'm not really sure if anybody knows what that means, but according to her, it's where you just come up with a quick idea and roll with it. You know, you just improvise whatever you need to do to get the layout created. And so, I mean, it works for her on the layout that she did yesterday. It worked out really well. I think it was a older, I don't know, it could have been more recent, I don't know when it was. She's started putting on all those videos from Ustream that she, I guess, had on there a long time ago, and she's just bringing them over to YouTube, and so it's like cluttering up, and so I don't know what's newest and what's freshest, and I just am watching whatever pops up on my YouTube subscription channel, kind of all randomly, out of order. So anyway, I saw that bit yesterday and just laughed and laughed and laughed. It was one of those videos that was crazy long. It was a 2-hour video, but I was scrapbooking while it was playing, and it's not one of those that I needed to sit and watch. And I'm kind of like her in that respect. I like to have some noise on in the background. And so I am going to do my layouts a little bit like hers, in the fact that she keeps them at their true length. She doesn't speed them up or anything, because if they're really short ones, I always feel like I have to sit there and watch them. And so that's one of the things I like about hers is, you know, even if they go really long, I feel like, you know, I'm getting some use out of them because I am scrapbooking while I'm watching them, and it feels like I'm not scrapping by myself, that I have, you know, someone here with me scrapbooking. And so that's always fun, because I pretty much scrapbook at home, although I do have a crop planned for Saturday, and hopefully my sister will be able to join me on YouTube, or not YouTube, on Skype, and we'll be able to Skype book together while I'm at the crop. Should I put that into a banner shape? I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to cover it completely up. I don't know if I want it that long though. Let me put that way. And I'll just cut off the edge. I've gotten to where I really like this crazy red tape for laying down when I put bits of ribbon and such. I kind of roll this up and stick it up under there for the next one to keep me to be able to peel it back up really easily. Get these, my better scissors, in order to cut this down. And I think I am done with this bit of ribbon. It was off of a bigger piece that I have, and that's as much as I had cut off. But I think I'm done with it. I'm not going to use it anymore after this. I mean, not on... That's too small of a piece to use on anything, I think. Okay. No photo on the page. Put those over just a little too much. Let me just see if I can move this whole green piece. I am sure I am probably not the only one that rips up their paper like that. Not the smartest thing to do necessarily, but you know, it's what works for me. And I'm not really, you know, too worried about the underneath side. And I keep trying to use this washi tape on the layouts that I've created, but it's just too neon-y pink. I really wonder if this yellow would work on here. I do like that. And I don't like how one edge tears kind of crazy funny like that. So what I'll do is just lay my scissors there and kind of, and of course, it doesn't have to be as long as that, so we'll just do Okay. Now the layout has a couple of flowers, and so what I thought I would do is cut out this one, and then this one. And this one actually has this little tiny one right there, and I kind of want to salvage that and maybe use it someplace else as well. I know you guys are so in tune to all my fussy cutting right now, so this is definitely a part where you can, you know, put everything down and walk away. Because fussy cutting does take just a little bit. I try not to be too long with it, but because really it's not about perfection, it's just about getting the bits and pieces that you love onto the page. And that entire sheet, it's one of the ones that I use to pull my kit together. This page with these flowers, and then this page are the color schemes. And you can see when I originally pulled this, you can see why I pulled that washi tape, because it goes beautifully with those purpley flowers. But I don't know, I've yet to use it on anything. I guess maybe I should have put the florals down and then tried adding that washi tape. Washi. Letting my roots come out, y'all. So, I guess I should tell you a little bit about me. I'm from the South. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Didn't necessarily spend all of my younger years there. I grew up kind of in a mix between Memphis, Tennessee and a little town called Eden, North Carolina. It's about, I think about 100 miles from the coast in North Carolina. Maybe a little bit closer, maybe a little bit farther. I'm not certain. I haven't lived there in a long time. But that's where my mom lived when I was a child, and then my father lived in Memphis where he raised us. And then after he passed away when I was 12, went to live with my mom in North Carolina for full-time instead of just for vacations and such. He was a single-parent father raising 2 daughters, my sister and myself, and did a damn fine job of it too, I might add. I think he passed on very wholesome values and morals to my sister and I, well, along with the help of my grandparents, my mom's mom and dad, my mama and papa. They lived in Memphis for years and years and years, not too very far from us, probably about 4 blocks away. And so they helped with our raising as much as they could. I don't think that little flower is going to work on there, especially if I do something like that. This one may work better up here. We'll see. Let me cut this one out. But anyway, raised by a single parent father, and so when I moved in with my mom, it wasn't, at the time, I didn't think it was the best of living arrangements for me, and so ended up moving out when I was 16, barely turned 16. And learned a lot of hard life lessons that, you know, life isn't nearly as bad as you think it is when you live at home, but, you know, lessons learned the hard way. Married, had kids, lived the American dream. My mom migrated us to Lubbock, Texas when I was 15 years old. And so I lived there until my children were, my youngest was 18. My oldest was, he's 4 years older, so 19, 20, 21, 22 when we left, my husband and I. We left Clovis and came to Lubbock, Texas, where we have been ever since, and that has been 8.5 years now. Next month, or no, not next month, month after, in July, we will have our 32nd wedding anniversary. So a big accomplishment there. I'm going to cut that little piece of yellow one off. It's just making me not happy. I think that's better. Yes. Okay. So now I want to, these are the, this is the 4x6 paper pad that I have. 4x6, how about 6x6 paper pad that I pulled for this kit. I'm just going to look through there and see if I need to add any of those papers. Don't think so. Those are my 4x6. These are all of my like title spots. And I have, oh, Pretty Little Girl is cute. I have something that has Sound Asleep or Sleepyhead or something on it. I just don't remember which one it was on. If it was on a sticker or if it was one of these Project Life cards. Nope, not there. That might work though. I might have to move the title to that side. Pretty Little, maybe put Princess. I think I still have, well, maybe not. We'll see. I'm looking over here, I'm rifling through the stickers and such that I have left with this kit. Oh, I did. I found it. It's this one. It says Sound Asleep. Oh, I didn't realize that was 2 parts. A little frame, and then that. I don't think I'll use the little frame since it's 2 parts. Although it's mighty cute. How about if I pop it up? You know me and my rule of 3s. So I'll have to find a couple other embellishments to pop up. Pretty Little Girl, Sound Asleep. That is just not enough room for that to go there, and I cover up too much of that pretty paper. Maybe like that. Oh, that says Sweet Moment. And I don't know that I really want to use this. So what I'm going to do is powder the back to lose the stickiness off of it. So I can move it around and take it back off the layout if I decide I don't want to use it. I'm going to actually put that in the middle of that. Lots of cute, cute, cute embellishments. think I mentioned before that I am a sticker addict. I love stickers in all shapes, forms. And I like to use them even when they aren't in style. I really like to use them. When they are in style, I like them even more. But, you know, they're kind of in and out. There's a lot of designers that scrapbook with stickers right now, and which is way cool with me because I love stickers. Turn that around. Put that there. Oh, you know what? I've got those rub-ons with flowers on them. Let me see if I can find some of those. These are some stickers, but I don't think these will work. These are all of my rub-ons that I pulled for this kit. I really like the idea of those. And these have some flowers on them that I think, should I use the white or the cream ones? I think the white. It's got that floral arrangement, and that little corner. I like that one. It says beauty. It's got this here. Oh, I definitely like this, and it pulls that purple in. I don't see any on these that I want to use. Okay. So what I might do here is, I don't know if I should pop that up or not. Where did I put my pop dots? I'll just give it a shot and see. And then let me get my smaller ones over here. One there and one there. So I got online today. I mentioned last time I'm in grad school, and I got online to look up to see if my classes for summer are posted yet, and they are. And it's kind of a bummer. Then I wished I hadn't looked, because that means that school starts basically Monday for me, which I knew, but still, I wanted to delay a little bit longer. My own fault for looking, but so I don't know that I'll be getting much scrapbooking done after this week. I really need to get ahead on a couple of assignments that they already have posted. There's 2 assignments due next week, and I think 2 assignments due the week after. It's a summer. I'm taking 2 classes this summer, and they're both, summer classes are only 8 weeks, so I'm falling short by about 8 weeks, and yeah, I think staying ahead this summer will be kind of tough with the one class because it's full of busy work. But it's one of those ones that I have to graduate. The other one I have a little bit less busy work with it than I've had for the past several semesters. Oh man. Oh man. I hate it when that happens. Another example of, you know, your rub-ons falling apart. So what I'm going to do is I'll just have it like that. Yeah, so I'm a little bit bummed that I have to start back already. It doesn't feel like I've had a long enough 3 weeks off. From school, but the beauty of it is it's my last semester in grad school, and then I'll be done and I can move on with my life and call this chapter closed as I get a little bit closer to the actual getting it closed. Someone told me a long time ago that all I would ever be was barefoot and pregnant. Don't you love it when you get such encouraging words from people? Anyway, that's kind of stuck in my head, and so I think about it, and I have a couple of cousins who went to college for a while, and I have a cousin, I don't know what kind of degree she got, but I think she got a degree of some sort from college, but she's going back to school now for nursing, and yeah, so she's working towards her nursing degree. I think she's in a diploma program or an associate degree program. I don't think it's like a bachelor's program because I think she may, then again, she may not have a bachelor's degree already. I don't know. I know she's done some substituting in school, so and I don't know, do you have to have a bachelor's degree for that? But anyway, and then I have another cousin who went to college, and she'll tell you, you know, quite honestly, that she went to college to find a husband. She did. She married him. I don't know that she finished college. I mean, she's had a wonderful life. He takes very good care of her. My husband has always taken very good care of me. But I have that internal drive when someone tells you something like that. You know, it just pushes you forward. It motivates you to go, go, go. And that's pretty much what I've done. You know, I finished high school and kind of took a couple of years off raising kids, and after that, when both my kids were in school full-time, I went back to school for my nursing degree, which I got, you know, a bazillion years ago, it feels like. And so then I went to work, and off and on I've worked, you know, 3 and 4 jobs to help us get a handle on some of the debt that we incurred when our children were younger. And, you know, we had an insurance company go debunk on us, and it left us holding a huge bill for healthcare services for one of my youngest son. And so then I spent the next, you know, 10 years paying that off, getting us out of debt and getting ahead where we could, you know, take crazy family vacations, you know, lots of fun vacations, go to Las Vegas a couple of times a year because that's, you know, something my husband loves to do, and I'm not opposed to it because Vegas is full of people and I love to watch people. And so then we moved to Lubbock, and I thought I ran into a former teacher. She taught me at the for my associate degree. She was teaching at that level, and so she ran into me out shopping one day when I was back over in our hometown in New Mexico, where my husband's from, where we lived for years and years. Oh, did I mention that part in my story? My mom moved us from North Carolina, where we lived after my father died, to Clovis, New Mexico. And so we lived there. I don't think that's going to work. I just threw that away, didn't I? We lived there for until we moved over here to Lubbock. My husband and I lived there. My mom moved off shortly after. Oh, there it is. Shortly after I got married. It wasn't long before she moved on. She went to California and then back to Tennessee, and now she's in Mississippi, where her family is from. So I don't know what I did with that other white one that went with that, because I was just going to use it someplace else. I don't see it here. Oh, there it is. Anyway, so well, in Clovis, that's where I went to school for my nursing. I finished my nursing there and went to work. Worked for years and years, getting us out of debt and getting some money saved up, and really just having a good time with my husband and kids, living life. You know, we spent so much time in debt and so many years poor because we were only a one income family that it was really nice to just spend money for a while. And so then my husband and I moved over to Lubbock. My kids stayed in Clovis because they both at that time had significant others and jobs and things that kept them there, and so they chose to stay there, and my husband and I moved over here. Oh, and did I mention he went back to school when my kids were getting ready to graduate. He went back to school and got his nursing degree. He was in law enforcement for 20 years and then went back to school for his nursing degree. And so now he has it, and he's been working as a nurse these past 8.5 years. And so we both practice here in Lubbock. But after we moved over, we were back in Clovis visiting friends and family over there, and I ran into a former teacher, and she told me she was in charge of the undergrad program at Eastern New Mexico University, so that I should go back and pursue my bachelor's degree in nursing, which I thought, oh, well, okay. I had nearly gotten it done, and then life got in the way and interfered, and I kind of put it off and poo-pawed it, and, you know, when it was time to go back, I never did, and so I thought, well, why not? And so I went back to school and got my bachelor's degree about 2 years ago. 3 years ago. 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah, 3 years ago. Graduated with my bachelor's in May of 2011 and went right on to grad school. Started going to West Texas A&M University in Canyon, Texas 3 years ago, working towards my master's degree with nursing. And so I'm nearly done. I will finish in August. Super, super duper excited about that. And so I'm totally looking forward to that. You know, being done with the school part, being at a point where, you know, it's time to move on to the next step, which will then be finding a job that I can utilize my master's degree with, and not just, you know, taking up space. If you know what I mean. I mean, I hate to put all the effort and work into getting my master's and then not using it, which I've seen a lot of people do. And that's kind of frustrating all by itself. It's like, why did you put all the time and the effort if you're not going to use that silly degree to, you know, improve the life of you and your family and your kids, your spouse? Because that's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort. There's a lot of people who go on for their nursing degrees, higher nursing degrees, and they have families and small children, and I just am so astounded at their ability to do those things while they have children living at home. I don't think I ever could have. Finishing up my associate degree when my children lived at home was almost more than I could do. Just trying to keep it real. You know, school has always been something I loved and did well at, but I've had to work at it. It doesn't come necessarily really, really easy for me. So I'm one of those people who have to work extra hard at school. Alright, I'm liking how that looks. Wouldn't that be pretty right there? I think I'll give it a shot. So, I'm super excited, and you know, I just can't wait to be done. I am an avid scrapbooker. I love all there is to love about scrapbooking, and I've belonged to different groups on the internet for scrapbooking, and I go to different blogs for scrapbooking all the time, and I join challenges here and there. Well, I haven't in a while because, you know, I've been so busy with school, and my life has just been overwhelmed with school. So I'm at a point where I'm ready to be done with the commitments to school so that I can play and have fun and do what I absolutely love to do, and that's scrapbooking. I'm going to cut this little green and brown embellishment, florally, swirly piece out from this set of rub-ons. And I think I'm going to put it right there. So I've been a nurse for a long time, 17 years, 17 years, I forget now, 17 years. I have been a mom for a lot longer. That is not coming off that sheet. My oldest son will be 32 this year in December. My youngest son will be, or just turned 27. Yeah. I'm losing track. He's 27. My oldest one will be 32. Been married for 32 years in July. I live in Lubbock, Texas. I have a dog, a border collie named Xena, who is very old. She is 14 years old. She's crippled up with arthritis. She's blind. She's deaf. But she is our baby. I mean, you've never seen a more spoiled dog than that one. But I wouldn't have it any other way. She is totally our child. She came along about the time that we were contemplating moving, and well, I think a little bit before that, but we were in the process of maybe becoming empty nesters, and if it hadn't been for her, I think we probably would have lost our minds more than once. You know, just having someone to hold on to you and love on you when you don't have kids around is just, it's something that you've got to have. you know, because when kids are little, they give you all this unconditional love. Even as they grow and get older, they're still giving you tons and tons of attention and love. And, you know, if they come home and they're having a bad day, they can hug you and make it all better, or vice versa. You can come home and you're having a horrible day and you can hug them and it makes it all better. But as they get older and move away, you don't have that any longer. And so I think that's one of the most painful parts about becoming an empty nester, is that you don't have that just unsolicited loving all the time. And so she has been our baby, and so we get all that unsolicited loving from her. As the boys moved out on their own and started doing their own thing, I mean, she really became the focus of our world. And so now that she's getting older, you know, we're facing the end of her life, and it's stressful for us right now because she is crippled up. She's, you know, like I said, blind. She's, it's just not easy having a pet, and I think she'll probably be the last one. I'm never going to say 100% I'll never have another animal again, but it's painful loving an animal and knowing that, you know, their time on this planet is short. It's, in the grand scheme of things, it's a whole lot shorter than a human being's time on the planet. So, anywho, so back to the layout. I've added 1, 2, 3 rub-ons. Well, there are three different spots of rub-ons. I've got these 3 embellishments popped up, but I'm only counting those 2. And so I'm thinking I might go back and pop this one up. But I'm also thinking that ribbon there gives a lot of texture and a lot of dimension, so I may not need to. I'll look at it here in just a minute, but I'm getting closer to getting this layout done. I'm loving how it's turning out so far. Oh, these are a pain in the butt. Okay. Move it back over just a bit and straighten it up. Alright, so I'm getting closer. Now to debate whether I want to pop this up. I think I will. I get these pop dots from Hobby Lobby, or maybe Michael's. I don't remember. Anyway, they come in a package with 2 sheets. One has the big squares and then the other has the small squares. I tend to use the big ones up really, really quickly. And then the small ones kind of linger for a while. I don't go through them as fast, I don't think. Or there's just way more of them to go through. There. I think I may be done with the stickers and rub-ons and etc., etc., etc. Just going to give a last look through here to see if there's anything else that I want to pull in and add. Oh, isn't that cute? And it's got just a little bit of that brown in it that are here. So what if I just do that? And I'm using the Close to My Heart Whisper ink again to border things. Like that. I think that turned out nicely. I hear my cell phone going off. Those are really old stickers that I've used the heck out of. Let's see, can I get any of these in here? I love when I can add little bits of embellishments here, there, and yonder to get them all used up. 1, 2, I should probably try something down here. That pink one is just so very light. But I could pair it with this yellow one. And that one's too bold. Just looking through these stickers to see if I have another flower of some sort that I can add. I do have these. Oh, and they're purples. I like this. Well, wait a minute. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, that would be cute, wouldn't it? Or I think it would be cute. Don't know who else would think it would be cute, but I do. And I like that because it takes it right to the edge of the paper, kind of like this does here. Yep, yep, yep. And then, what if I used some of these? Three right there. One of those there. Just pull that up. 2. A few more of those I can use up. I love that I'm getting closer and closer and closer to getting all of these bits and bobs used up from this kit. I think I'm going to put that right there to pull that purple up there. Maybe I can actually even put it there. actually bring that. I really need to bring that black other places, but I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. Okie dokie. It's getting closer and closer. Let me add a few little glue dots in behind some of these embellishments right there. Let me get one of these bitty dots and put it on this one that I kept pulling up. Okay. And I'm looking on my tray, but I'm thinking I have this that heart there. I have the glittery stuff here. I could put this there. A glue dot. This is one of the hearts that I punched out of a scrap piece of paper, and I put this piece of pink glitter paper into the kit that I made, and I have used every bit of it. What I didn't use on the pages I used to make these little heart punches, and there wasn't really that much left. It's pretty green, but I just can't see it. That's pink. I'd like to have something a little bit purple. I'm not seeing anything in my scraps. Oh, I have this purple square. How would that go right there? This is one of those little brads that I am just going to, it's big, and you can never get them centered when they're that big. So if I have that right there, and then I don't know what I would put on it. Nope. I'm going to put that right there. Let me just put some sticky dots on here, or a sticky dot. Tuck it in a little bit there. I don't like having that space on that side. It's a center to one of those flowers. I have no idea how I'm going to get that back on. But I have more bling that I can put on there. And I have this. And like I did, oh, maybe I can put this one right there. Like that. I'm looking through my tray of embellishments here to see if there's anything that I want to use from it. I'm just going to add another piece of that yellow down here, but I don't think I will. Can't see that. That would be pretty. It's got a little bit of brown. This is an embellishment that I made a couple of years ago. We went on a trip to Florida, and I punched, my granddaughter Shawnee and I punched all these shapes, and then as we were driving down the road, we were putting these embellishments together. Oh, wouldn't it be cute? It just says grow. Although I'm covering up all of that beautiful pattern paper, and I just can't stand it. But it brings that bit of turquoise down here. And I'm okay with that. I'll just tuck that in there. And do I have anything that I can bring that turquoise down here with? Maybe some of these candy dots, the Brights candy dots. I think let me put a pop dot under that. Bring just a touch of that yellow down here as well. That one I just looked up and the adhesive was still on the piece of paper. Your carrier sheet. Let me try that again. I'm liking this a lot. Okay. And now I'm going to put some of these rhinestones. I have these itsy bitsy ones from Close to My Heart that I am going to put into some of these lighter flowers. This is one of those moments that I know you're just loving, watching me stick down all these little blings. So when I have leftover bits of bling, they go into this, I put them in a baggie, and this one is for my purple, but because I added in some turquoise and some pearls to this kit. I just threw those in that carrier bag with them. And so, just going to add some of these in there to just fill that little gap there. And just a couple over here to fill in little gaps there. And then a couple of these bigger ones up here. And then, oh, same here. Just a couple of these big ones right there. And I think I'm going to call that layout good. I think it's going to be complete. Let's see. I keep a scratch piece of paper up under here that I can test out my colors. Like these are Sharpie journaling pens. I really like that one. Alright, so we'll go right there with my little die cuts, my little paper pile there. Alright, this was in July of 2013, so July 2013. It says, Shawnee in a hotel room, wrapped in her blankie, sleeping the morning away. She's been carrying this blankie. I think her mom bought like probably 3 of them when she was born to have spares. So she's been carrying this blankie with her since she was born. Every time she's 8 years old, 8.5 years old, and when she comes to my house, she still carries that blankie with her. It's just her comfort thing, so we don't mind. We let her carry it away. Alright, let's see. I think it still needs some mist. I thought I had a purple color up here that I just got. I did. It's the Heidi Swap Amethyst color. Let me get my scratch piece of paper out. I'm not going to leave that on that, because I do not believe that it will stay, since that is a metal surface. Ooh, that is a way big drop. I don't like how it's hitting that ribbon or that mulberry paper, but done's done. That's more better. It's a little smeary looking, but I'm okay with that. Anyway, give you some close-ups. Anyway, thanks for watching, YouTubers, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day.